Welcome back to Analog Horror Nights. How are all you vital idols doing? Man, well, as you can tell, I'm pretty late to the party. Pretty late to my own show. I apologize for that, but we were having a good time on SNH. It started off pretty rough, I'm gonna be real. Given the subject matter, it started off quite rough. But it turned in to some good shit. So yeah, because of that, I am late. Let's see who we got up in here. And we just got that Bigot Army raid. Shout out to the Bigot Armies. How are all you doing? Yeah, notice how they're all coming here because we had a good time. And I'm here to bring it down. The Hartwin Archives. Yeah, this is a new one. This is an underrated one from what I've heard. I've never actually seen it. So we're going to find out. Who we got up in this bitch? Let's scroll up and see, because I know a lot of my crew been waiting for a while. Jack SG22 is here. Dat Darnotaku. Gal Harrymon, what is up? We got Luigi Frankenbob, Eagle Lord. We got Daxon, our best mod in the whole damn land. Scotty G, member for 4 months, saying, not gonna make it for this one live. Well, I appreciate you seeing this in the future. But enjoy and have a great stream, everyone. Thanks for doing these streams, Leon. Happy to do it. After talking all week about pop culture, about video games, about comics, about all the stuff that we've been moan and bitch about, it's nice to have a little bit of escapism. Maybe we're escaping into absolute horror, and that is definitely what we're doing today. So thank you for your 4 months membership. Yandere is here. Shout out Yandere. Silver Angelix, you might be new. I don't know that I recognize your name, so if you're new, welcome. Nick Patton is here. Melphus Sky. Matt Stamford, what is up? Of course, we got Jake motherfucking Martin, the fourth wall guy. And all the biggest that just came through. I don't want to spend too terribly long doing a bunch of intros and stuff like that because we're already so late and we got a lot to get through. Tiger King says, sup, grifter. Alrighty, guys. Let's just get right into the content. We are doing the Hartwin Archives. First one's called Mutant Disaster. Let's go.
In collaboration with the...
Alright. That's a little strange. Like, the music choice is not something I was expecting. It makes it seem a little playful, almost. Or maybe it's supposed to be real old school. Daxonar became a member. Shout out, Dax. Thank you so much for becoming a vital idol. It's about time that the best mod in the whole damn land became a member.
The United States government, Hartwin City Laboratories, bring you a guide to surviving the current disaster brought upon you and the rest of human existence.
Alright, so that already gives us a lot of context out the gate, or a lot of clues out the gate. So, Hartwin Laboratories, so we know this is going to be some sort of science-based event, not the supernatural. So, I do like that. I prefer... It's difficult to say what I prefer. I find the supernatural ones usually to be more realistic, oddly enough, than the science ones, because the science-based ones often they start off really believable, but then they go too off the rails. So let's see how this one does. And then Daxnar, member for 23 months. My shit lapsed for like a week, you fucker. I know. Member for 23 months. Super Saiyan God. He's getting damn close to that Gear 5. Thank you, Daxy.
You're probably asking yourself, what are mutants? Mutants are biologically engineered human organisms created by our smart friends at Hartwin City Labs. Mutants.
So they are intentionally making mutants? Marvel might have an issue with this, but alright.
Were originally created for future wars to help aid our troops in the battlefield. However, if you're watching this, other things occur. Mutant organisms have many supernatural abilities and physical characteristics.
Okay, well, I said this is going to be sci-fi, not supernatural, but apparently it's a little bit of both. That's a cool twist.
That can easily be told apart. During a disaster such as this, please remain calm and situated. They cannot hurt you if they don't know where you are. Some mutants will insist that they don't mean any harm. Do not trust them. Terminate them immediately.
The following are the most dangerous mutants according to our records. Avoid these at all times. Do not converse with them. Do not help them. They are tricksters. Alright, let's see if we can give me some heebie-jeebies. Oh, right, it's Analog Horror Night. Why do I have the lights on? Sorry, guys. Had to get the vibe right. I always turn the lights off for Analog Horror Night. My bad. Shadow Man. It said he's there. I don't see him. Hey, shout out. Thank you for the $1, Aztec Warrior. Is this him? Is it him up here on the ceiling? Because I don't see him. Do you guys? In the middle of the dark? Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Middle of the dark. I did not see. All right. Okay. Not a lot to comment on with the void, but okay. Oh, wow. That's, that might be the most unsettling one yet. Like, this is one of the things I love about horror. When horror can be unsettling during the daytime, especially with this liminal sort of photography like this. Okay. I wouldn't expect no audio there. That did kind of make me like, ooh, what the fuck? All right. Okay. So that was more like a prologue, where now this is, welcome to Hartwin Inc. The first, like, legitimate episode.
Welcome to Hartwin Incorporated. Before we get started, let's go over a few company rules. Depending on your facility...
Alright, this has nothing to do with the horror. When I was, like, young and first getting into the workforce and I had to do these sorts of, like, now hired videos, dude, I hated this dumbass music. This all like, oh, and it's same as when you're in school and you're listening to, like, the PSA-style educational videos. Is it weird to be nostalgic for this kind of music? Because I'm listening to this, I'm kind of vibing. I'm kind of nostalgic for this kind of music.
Go over a few company rules. Depending on your facility's location, whenever you're asked about your job or career, you're to tell the individual the name of the store in which your facility operates under. No matter what Hartwin Incorporated does.
So that's some good lore out the gate. They use real businesses as a cover. So that's cool.
Does not exist. You do not know what it is. You do not know what they're talking about. If you believe Hartwin Incorporated has been found, please report this immediately to your supervisor. Whatever you may see, whatever you may experience, you stay silent. You stay ignorant. You stay loyal. With that out of the way, let's help you understand your new job at Hartwin Incorporated. You may ask, what do we do? As our company slogan says, we protect human innocence through all means necessary. What do we protect humanity from? Who else knows about this? These are all questions you're probably asking yourself, and each of these are valid. Hartwin Incorporated protects humanity's conscience and sanity from the truths of the world. These include government cover-ups, mysterious creatures that lurk in the woods, and that strange presence you feel watching you. Everything we do here is classified and cannot be released to the public unless it is authorized by higher authority.
That was loud, but that was intentional. That worked. That's not a bad way to do a jump scare. Because, I mean, obviously, we're all real annoyed by jump scares, you know, when the thing pops out and the music swells and whatnot, and usually it's the music that scares you, but the music was used with no monster face or whatnot. So that's a fine way to use a jump scare, honestly. And I didn't get jump scared by the music. I just wasn't surprised. I just wasn't expecting it to be so loud. So I just kind of I don't do this through headphones. I do all my shit through speakers. So it was real loud. Operation Take Back is about to begin. Actors are... Oh, we got crisis actors. Crisis actors in 1963. And the assassin is prepared. Ever since the incident of 1950, this thing has ruled over us. Naive, but now we're ending this once and for all. God bless America. Talking about the assassination of JFK? Because it showed JFK in the last episode. Whoa, okay. Oh, it is! Holy shit!
You know what happens. They killed him. They sent him beyond. They thought I was him. They thought he was me. They were wrong. I still live. I still rule. They took him away from me. My friend. My companion. My only reason. Burn in hell. 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 Burn in hell.
Oh, guys, I think I found a good one this week. I think I found a good one for this week. Dude, this is real weird. Alright, episode 3, The Founder. Like I said, this is like 10 or 11 episodes, but they're all real short. It totals out like 48 minutes. Alright, Eugene Hartwin in 1950. Eugene Hartwin started his scientific journey in blank, and thanks to many of his breakthroughs and discoveries, the United States named a small county and city in his honor. But it didn't tell us where. Alright, labs. The board of executives were built up of each one of Eugene's hardworking buddies from previous labs. Each of the individuals were tasked with overseeing a specific field of science being worked on. Hartwin City Laboratory was given many awards for being one of the best labs in the Western world. Scientists working at Hartwin City Laboratories are responsible for helping the creation of many cures and vaccines that are still used to this day. Man, anyone else getting some Umbrella Corporation vibes? Anybody else getting some Umbrella Corp vibes? Because I am. This is the childhood home of Eugene Hartwin and his family. He was born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama, into a beautiful family of 6. A beautiful family of sister cousin uncles.
In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, Let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the water.
So he was also a cult leader behind the scenes? I mean, he's always been around. That's my best guess so far, is that he's not actually human. the Watchman.
I am deteriorating. I am rotting slowly. I feel the flesh running down my body. Every inch my fingernail grows and every centimeter I rise. My body has finally weakened. My search begins once more after millennia. My vocal cords has disintegrated and my organs fall limp. My vision is blurred while my hair falls. It hurts even more. Is this karma? I am sorry. I am God. But
Yes, yes, this does look like it's a heavily edited version of the Mr. Incredible meme. You are correct.
I am still in agony. It hurts.
And this one is just titled Home Video. Alright, so we're introducing new players. We have the Smith family.
They said it was only a Boy Scouts camp for the summer. I was wrong. They lied to my face to get my son.
What did that say? Oh, there's no closed captioning for this. They said it was only a Boy Scout camp for the summer. I was wrong. They wanted my face for something.
I was wrong. They lied to my face to get my son.
They want my face to get my son? Is that what you guys heard?
Summer. I was wrong. They lied to my face to get my son.
Yeah, let me... okay, so yeah, that's what I'm hearing. They want my face to get my son? Alright, we're pretty much all hearing the same thing. Oh, get my... Maybe it's soul. They lied to my face to get my son. Okay, they lied to my face to get my son. Thank you.
I signed legal documents signing off my child. Now he's gone. It's been 2 years since I last saw him. Johnny, if you ever hear this, I love you. I don't know why they took you, but we'll be looking for you. Your father has grown sick. He's threatening
Alright, your
to
father's grown 6. This is from the point of view of the mom. Okay.
leave me. Please come home. Sick. He's threatening to leave me. Please come home.
More crab imagery.
The mother hanged herself when the boy was reported dead. The mother hanged herself when the boy was reported dead. The mother hanged herself when the boy was reported dead. The mother hanged herself when the boy was reported dead.
It seems like it's going to be doing that whole audio jumps up real loud thing a lot, so I have turned it down on my end. If you guys want me to turn it back up, let me know. But yeah, that was definitely getting loud. Alright, doesn't seem like anything to see beyond it being maybe a brain? I think it's a brain. Orange Man Crab. Documentary has been recorded, made in advance in collaboration with Hartwin City Laboratories. Documentary must not be used after 11/25/1981. I wonder. What day was November 25th, 1981? It was a Wednesday. So the day before Thanksgiving, I assume? Okay, group on November 25th, 1981. Here's what actually happened in real history. A group of mercenary soldiers led by Mad Mike Hoare arrived at the airport in Maha with plans to overthrow the government of HEWG, posing as players and fans visiting a rugby club. Most of the 45 mercenaries passed through customs with an inspector discovered that one of them had brought prohibited fruit, prompting a search of other bags. Declaration of elimination of all forms of intolerance and discrimination based on religion or belief was adopted by the General Assembly as a UN resolution. Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger would have later become Pope Benedict. Was appointed by a prefect. All right. Barbara Pierce Bush and Jenna Bush. Well, the very next day was when Natasha Benningfield was born. Interesting. I assume, yeah, the next day would have been Thanksgiving. All right. Interesting. The world is an amazing place. Our dear planet Earth. Join us as we wander through the beautiful nature of our world. I want an owl so much. Did you know that owls... Neither did we. Wait, what? Did you know that owls blank? Neither did we. Owls are so cool. We're gonna get into some crab shit, boys. We're gonna get into some crab shit. I came home that night. They didn't recognize me. They were scared of... Wait. They were scared of me. I am now who I am now who I am now. What the fuck? I am now who who am I now? Oh, who am I now? Who am I? My dyslexia got the best of me. My dyslexia got the best of me. Who am I now? Who am I now? Who am I now? Okay. Let's learn about the Earth. That wasn't an excuse, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm pretty sure I talked about on stream. I actually am dyslexic. So a lot of this, that's not me. A beautiful gym of the endless void. More people need to go to the fucking gym. Okay. That was interesting. So they're bringing cosmic horror into this? Because that looks like a fucking hand rising up behind the Earth. And yes, let's Dexix untie. Absolutely. End of our broadcast day. End of reality as we know. Please rise for our national anthem. I'm saluting. The Star Spangled Banner. Deep within our home, they thrive on a different existence. We protect human innocence from many things. But this is our main priority. God bless America, but most importantly, God bless our existence. Well, I was crouching so that I could also have a better vantage point. All right, this is HEWG. Following the closure of Project... Now we know this is fake. If anything was going to give away this is fake, this is following the closure of Project MK Ultra. Guys, government programs never stop. They just get reshuffled and recompartmentalized into other government programs. Oh, anyway, following the closure of Project MK Ultra and Project Warpipe. Is that a real thing? Alright, so that must be something for in-lore. Alright, that seems like some in-lore stuff. Because I'm not saying that's real. Alright, cool. I just need to make sure there wasn't a conspiracy theory that I didn't know about. Project Warpipe. All mutant subjects are to undergo a multi-step brainwashing system followed after the consumption of something. All mutant organisms are to be released into the wild afterwards? What? Okay, HEWG entrance waypoint 1 is the Bermuda Triangle. The Watergate Hotel, facility 406. HEWG opened after Nixon raid. What? Opened a portal in the... Well, there's something there at the end. Hold on. So they opened a portal in the Bermuda Triangle after the Nixon raid. I'm going back frame by frame. That looks like the founder, right? That's Eugene? I didn't see anything. I don't care for this edit. It kind of breaks the immersion. I'm gonna be real. You can't hide even when you're dead.
I have never been a quitter. To leave office before my term is completed is abhorrent to every instinct in my body. But as president, I must put the interests of America first.
to know that the afterlife is beautiful. Well, you heard it here first, chat. You aren't loved anymore. I don't know what to tell you. You guys, I mean, how many of you are watching right now? We have 96 of you watching live. So I hate to tell you 96 poor souls. You aren't loved anymore. So, fucking kill yourselves. Oh! Someone took my advice already. Because that's a noose. And you know what they say? No noose is good noose.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so this one is literally just called Warpipe. So this one we're gonna. So I guess Project Warpipe was the government project that created the mutants, and maybe this is where we're gonna learn more.
You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this. And you'll excuse me if I am out of breath. A bulletin. This is from the United Press from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding in an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital.
There's that face again.
The following is a presentation given to all staff working on Project Warpipe. This presentation has been updated since the following.
December 10th.
I was wondering what this one was earlier, and now that we know there's some cosmic horror elements to it, it's like a moon man or something. It looks like a moon with like debris and stars and like gravity holding something in place. I think this is a moon man.
1950.
Since the successful experimentation of Subject 234, instead of gathering energy from hollow Earth, it is recommended to drop them into the Watergate.
So is this just including every conspiracy ever? Dude, well, I said conspiracy, like that's not true, because we know MK Ultra's true, but like, we have cosmic horror, we have mutants, the mutants have control of the supernatural, they've talked about the hollow Earth, Bermuda Triangle. There is a lot going on here.
Itself and pull them back out after 2 minutes. The hollow Earth Watergate cannot remain open for too long, as hollows will most definitely find their way out into our reality. Failed mutant experiments are to be dosed with an LSD-enforced drug that completely neutralizes the cognitive mind. They're to be set into the wild.
I love the idea that cryptids are failed government experiments and mutated humans. Or I guess it doesn't specify humans, it just says mutants. They could be doing it on animals too. That is a cool idea.
If anyone stumbles upon these mutants or their children, it's to be immediately covered up as a hoax. Now, a word from the Board of Executives.
Christianity is fake. Eugene Hartwin
Bullshit. Christ is king.
himself tells us this story all the time, how he birthed a fake religion. Long ago, when he took the body of baby Jesus, he found his true potential in life and wanted to share the truth about his origin. Christianity was made as a cult following to get more people to believe his many truths, but people didn't get that message. Thousands didn't. He never meant to make the religion what it is today, but
Jesus was a cryptid. Nice.
he he always tells us as a reminder that mistakes are always going to be made.
My name is John Smith, and I am the President of the United States of America. That day in 1947, they dunked me into hell itself in the middle of the ocean.
Good point. Sorano says, and heresy. Hitting more and more analog horror tropes. Good point.
Came back out in New Man. When I escaped, he
Sorano, Jake, Dax, someone ban that account, please.
found me after I crossed the country. I killed him and took his form, just to remain safe among the normal. I regret doing that. It left me with a job
I got a bit distracted by the bot. Let's do this again.
I killed him and took his form. After back out in New Man into that day in 1947, they dunked me into hell itself in the middle of the ocean. I came back out in New Man. When I escaped, he found me after I crossed the country. I killed him and took his form, just to remain safe among the normal. I regret doing that. It left me with a job I'm stuck with until the day I die, whenever that time comes. I was stuck as Truman for
You did call it. Darn Otaku says, I'm still waiting for a shapeshifting mutant to actually become the president. Never mind, there it is. You called it. And yes, you're right, Dax. That was a really good deal. But you know what they say, when things are too good to be true, they probably are.
until the game started. After the game was over, a new person came to the house. I couldn't remain as the loser forever, so I took the form of the new winner. After those years, I met him when the game started again. Mr. Kennedy, his name was. He found me out and took me into his care. He hid me from bad people and watched over me. The bad people found out that I was two winners and considered Mr. Kennedy to be me. They killed Mr. Kennedy. I was puzzled.
That's really cool lore. So President Kennedy was a real human. He knows about this creature. He decides to protect him and befriend him because people found out this creature was two different presidents before. They assumed Kennedy was also a monster and killed him. That's a pretty interesting fucking idea. All right.
He promised to help me live a normal life, but his end left me alone once again. During my time as Mr. Nixon, one discovered the hellhole that was located
Bro,
within
this
the
mutant or alien or whatever, born with a nat 20 charisma roll. He became the president not once, not twice, but at least thrice. And yes, they killed Kennedy because he wasn't a crab monster. Dude, this is awesome.
ocean. I sent men to open it, and the bad people made me forfeit the game. However, Mr. Ford drew me in. He reminded me of Kennedy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about giving Gerald Ford that kind of props, but okay.
I told him my story. He listened and understood. He forced the bad people to end their plans and gave me the justice.
Forced the bad people to earn their huge CIA operation reported in the U.S. against anti-war forces, other dissidents, and Nixon years. This is doing a good job of playing on actual real conspiracies. Wow.
As I have so ever wanted. He couldn't help me out after that. Since then, the game started again. I'm stuck as the winner, but I kind of like it. It's my duty to serve the game. I am the president's, after all.
Hold on. We gotta go back. Clearly there was something with that cell phone footage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about...
It happened so fast. What the hell? I hit pause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of...
Alright, we can go frame by frame. Come on. Alright, here we go. Hartwin Archives 6 movie. If this is just an editing mistake, I'm gonna be so pissed. Of all the plot lines that we explore, Rad repeating crap resident was not on the list. Yeah. Yeah, and that might be what it is, just using a cell phone for screen recording these. Like, I don't think this is an editing mistake. But maybe it's literally only 2 frames. Well, not more than that, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 frames. 18 frames. I don't know if that was an editing mistake or not, but I don't think so. I think that Matt's on it. I assume it's on purpose as well, Jake. Beyond. A great man with great dreams, Eugene Hartwin will be missed. Well, that's vaguely demonic. Yeah, exactly. These analog series usually use very specific editing choices. One doesn't just overlook something like 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. 18 frames. That is fractions of a second. That's 18 frames is fractions of a second. That had to be intentional. The following is a recorded audio beat between I'm stupid. Eugene Hartwin and John F. Kennedy on November 21st, 1963. During the 30-minute interview, the last minute of audio was recovered. Viewer discretion's advised.
That's not true, Mr. Hartwin.
I sure as hell believe it to be.
I am not one of you, Labatt.
You know who I am, Mr. Kennedy. I was birthed before time even existed, and I will remain alive until the end of your family bloodline. I know lots of things, and I can tell when a liar lies.
Shinlong. I was joking about the Nat 20 charisma roll. I get he takes their body. They literally outright said it.
The following is a Hartwin Incorporated guide to everything you need to know about hollows.
I mean, you could tell us, or you just say read Bleach. I don't really want the spoilers.
Hollows originate from that of Hollow, Earth. They're an ancient species of intelligent organisms that have no boundaries to their capabilities whatsoever. We'll be discussing 2 common Hollow appearances that have occurred during the presidency of Richard Nixon. Originating from 1972, him is a subcategory flare type. Flares can exist rarely in the physical world but commonly reside within the subconscious state of your mind. They appear as hallucinations and more. Him is a rare mix between the two, who can appear within both physical and psychological states. Players provoke mental harm to their victims for fun and have no other intentions to see their victims suffer.
Well, that explains the dude earlier telling us all to kill ourselves. So, yeah, Dax and our vodka. We need some vodka. I mean, if you were dealing with these interdimensional, interdimensional suicide beings, wouldn't you also want to have some vodka? What up, Rick? Oh, he took her beyond. I mean, that's not actually much better than what I thought it said, but even so.
I was birthed before time even existed, and I will remain alive until the end of your family bloodline.
And you know, RFK Jr. heard this and got pissed.
Gerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear that you
Alright, episode 7, Legacy.
will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of your ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Born on May 29, 1917, John F. Kennedy was one of the greatest presidents of U.S. history. Everything from surviving an assassin.
I mean, you kind of gotta be nail Marilyn Monroe, just saying.
Bullet to ending the Cold War. This is the legacy of the 35th President of the United States. On November 20...
Was that the Crab Mutant? I don't think so. The Crab Mutant was... No, that was the dude swearing JFK in. Although, maybe the Crab Mutant is one of the guys in the crowd, sure. Whoops, mute it, my bad.
In 1963, President Kennedy met with the face of disaster that sunny day in Dallas, Texas. Kennedy was the subject to an assassination attempt on his life. The first shot struck his right arm and the second slashed his chest. Before the assassin could take their final shot, a stranger in the crowd shouted towards Kennedy to get down. The last and third bullet completely missed Kennedy, and he was quickly drove to Parkland Hospital, where he recovered. The stranger in the crowd was shortly confirmed to be a man named Lee Harvey Oswald. The man...
What? So not only this alt history did JFK survive, which I'm very confused about, because a few episodes ago, Crabman was upset that JFK was murdered. But Lee Harvey Oswald saved Kennedy?
Man was declared a national hero for getting Kennedy to duck before the last bullet could strike, and was even given the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Kennedy. The assassin was arrested a week later after an investigation had led to a nightclub owned by Jack Ruby.
Carousel Girls Burlesque. Or it's probably just Carousel Burlesque, since it's girls. You know, we used to be a proper country. You want to go, like, get your rocks off to some babes dancing and shit? Because I've been to a burlesque show. They're actually really cool. I highly recommend anybody listening, if you've never been to one, go to a burlesque show. They're quite impressive. And far, far classier than a strip show. We used to be a proper country. This is what America could be like today if this analog horror were true and JFK fucking survived.
later after an investigation had led to a nightclub owned by Jack Ruby. Ruby pleaded not guilty and was given a life sentence. However, Ruby told investigators that he was working with Oswald to assassinate Kennedy, and soon Oswald was also arrested. Harvey told investigators that he had a change of heart after he fired the first 2 shots and warned Kennedy to get down before Ruby could fire. Oswald was given 45 years behind bars.
Well, this took a turn. To be honest, I think Oswald was a cover-up from the stuff I learned in the CIA and FBI were involved in JFK murder. So, I'm not going to get super deep in this because this is not tinfoil haters. Oswald was involved. In fact, Oswald possibly even took at least a shot. Maybe not the shot, but a shot. But he was not the only player. Oswald wasn't a cover-up as much as he was a patsy. It was not just the FBI and the CIA, but also the mob. It was a 3-pronged attack on JFK. It was the FBI, the CIA, and the mob. Some people also say Mossad, and there is an interesting correlation to Israel, but I think that's kind of the weakest link. The point is, Oswald was involved. He was a fall guy so that nobody else took any blame.
Further investigation revealed that both Harvey and Ruby met with a KGB officer in August.
And again, now we're playing on real history again. So here's an interesting thing about Oswald. And this is Lee Harvey Oswald moved to Russia, got a Russian wife, renounced his U.S. citizenship, but then was allowed to come back with his Russian wife, and we're talking during the fucking Cold War, and be reinstated as a citizen. Those are all true facts. You can get conspiratorial about whatever other aspect you want, but everything I just said is documented, verified truth. So yes, there was obviously something bigger at play than just him being a shooter. Yeah, no precedent for it either. Correct, Jake. No, Cuba was probably not involved in the assassination of JFK. They didn't have the clouds. Now, Cuba may have been involved with players that were involved, like the FBI, like the CIA, things like that. But Cuba themselves were not involved. They did not have the power for that. Didn't know about the mob thing. From what I remember, JFK was trying to have peace talks with Israel, or I guess, countries, but like FBI, CIA didn't want because of war. I don't remember the Israel and Mossad ties very well, so I'm not going to really speak on them. As for the mob, yes. So the reason for mob involvement, so the CIA and the FBI have actually frequently hired the mob to do their dirty work that they don't want exposed or have the potential to lead back to them. So, the FBI and the CIA have used the mob for contract jobs, hit jobs, cover-up, drug running, things like that. Kennedy basically ran on, and so when Kennedy ran and he started cracking down on organized crime, the mob went to the CIA. They're like, "What the fuck? You're supposed to have our back because we work together." And the CIA and FBI, that was one of the reasons that they went to murder, that they murdered JFK, was because the mob basically felt like they were being infringed upon because the guy that runs everything, including the FBI and CIA, was cracking down on them.
This news only made tensions between the Soviet Union and the United States higher than ever. A week after the assassination attempt, Kennedy made his first public appearance leaving the hospital, causing Americans across the country to roar in celebration. Due to the high tensions of the Cold War, Kennedy introduced a project to the people, and they loved it, making his run for president an inevitable win.
I mean, this is super believable. When a dude running for president survives an assassination attempt, he gets elected. Was JFK's family allegedly involved with the mob? Allegedly. I don't know that there's truth to it, but allegedly, yes. Alright, clear no audio here. Programmed to listen to supervisors and peers. Multiple different characteristics. Weapons, not sympathetic beings. And yes, you're correct, Jake. Not only are you correct. So Jake says, for anyone just listening, FBI, CIA do the same kind of shit with the Aryan Brotherhood, cartels, motorcycle clubs, etc. When I was at the police academy, I shit you not, this is one of the things they taught us. Now, I don't know if this is taught everywhere. Maybe it's because I'm in the Midwest and we have a lot of motorcycle gangs here, things like that. But literally in the state-sanctioned police academy, they taught us if you're dealing with any of the motorcycle gangs and you're in a gang setting, like there's lots of people around, lots of members, basically let them go free, let them do whatever they want. I didn't mute anything. No, I didn't mute the video. There was no audio there. I mean, the video's muted now, but there was no audio there. Anyway, I'll go back. What was I saying? Oh, right. If you were ever going to, like, arrest a motorcycle gang guy or whatnot, only if they're alone, maybe if there's two of them and you have another officer with you, shit like that. But if they're ever in the actual gang setting, nah. You don't fuck with them. You let them do what they want. Which was crazy to hear in the state-sanctioned fucking police academy.
And the Soviets had a different strategical ability to help in war
And I wasn't being gaslit. Apparently I did mute it. My bad.
times. Mutants were that of a fantasy. America was amazed at the idea, and the Soviets were terrified. They even tried to create their own mutants, but it automatically failed to meet their standards.
I love the propaganda here. The Russians were so bad, they couldn't make mutants, even though they did almost beat us in the space race. No, UAF Omega. It's not because they don't want you to get yourself killed. That's the way it will be phrased and whatnot, but it's because higher up powers beyond local police, like the FBI, like the CIA, have deals with these gangs.
In 1964, after Kennedy won the election, the United States was threatened with multiple nuclear devices in Hawaii, beginning the Hawaiian Missile Crisis. As Americans feared nuclear war, the very first mutants debuted into Hawaii and took siege of the Russian territory, and
Bro, we sent mutants in to conquer Hawaii? This is dope! America FT fucking dubs, son!
the crisis in a matter of 3 days. The team of mutants that ended the crisis were some of the first mutant created by the government under Kennedy's administration. The 3 mutants, nicknamed the Gentlemen, became national heroes.
Bro, we got Pepe. We got Jordan Peterson's always going on about crab hierarchies. And then we got this octopus, and we know how much the Japs love octopus, and we've been like tight with the Japs on X lately. Dude, I don't know. I knew that the Hartwin Files might be interesting because it's super underrated and not a lot of people have heard of it. We might be dealing with, we were talking about the term coded on Saturday Night Hypnosis earlier. We might be dealing with the most right-wing coded fucking analog horror of all time, which is hilarious because it's under the JFK administration, which, you know, we're Democrats. But even so, this is like we have IRL Pepe, Jordan Peterson's brainchild, and Cthulhu Jap over here.
However, they never made a public appearance again since Kennedy previously stated. They will only be used as our weaponry and should never be treated like sympathetic, living beings.
Okay, I was worried I muted it again, my bad. Hollow bomb energy source and then Soviet Union, December 22nd. Dude, did we fucking bomb the Ruskies? Did we bomb these godless fucking commies into no existence? I want this why don't we live in this history? We have mutants. We sent the mutants to take back Hawaii, and then we bombed the fucking godless commies? Homie, this is the ultimate fucking timeline. Hollow bomb has been launched. Look at the date. Look at the date. December 22nd, 1964. These godless sons of bitches didn't even get to experience Christmas. Dude, we said, because you guys got to remember, the USSR, they were secularists, right? The USSR were secularists. They didn't believe in religion. We told these commie bastards, fuck you for not accepting Christ. Bomb. At 5:10 in the fucking morning. Best fucking timeline. Dude, we took a chunk out of Russia the way that fucking people take chunks out of Chips Ahoy in commercials. Raza, I didn't know that. They celebrate Christmas on January 1st because of that. Fun fact. I didn't know that. Educational show. But seriously, bro, that is a Scruff McGruff bite out of crime size of Russia right there. No. War Wizard, you can call bullshit all you want. Look it up. The USSR were secularist. Definitionally, they were secularists. On paper is all that matters. On paper is all what the regular people see. Her name is Pearl, my daughter. I love her so much. Everything we've done is to find her. The day I find her is the day I finally rest. I'm so close yet so far. No matter how many years realities I venture... No matter how many realities I venture... Is Hartwin reality jumping? And that's why we've got these different timelines? Mr. Krabs' daughter is Pearl. Funny, Jake. Funny. I think that... So when Hartwin's saying I'm older than the universe, or maybe not the universe, but I'm older than religion, I'm older than time. I guess older than time would mean older than the universe, actually. All right. I will never quit. I'm in agony all for her. I love you, Pearl. I love you, Pearl is something that just Pearly things will never hear a man say to her.
On December 22, 1964, a portion of the United States Congress approved the use of a newly built nuclear bomb and launched it after approving a declaration of war against the Soviet Union for the Hawaiian Missile Crisis. John F. Kennedy approved of this as well. The weapon missile crisis. John F. Kennedy approved of this as well. The weapon struck the Soviets, and to the world's surprise, disintegrated half of the entire country, killing thousands and even millions instantly from the strike. This event is known as the Great Parish of 1964. Hours after the strike, the U.S. deployed several hundred military units to aid the Russians after feeling guilty from the unexpected surprise. The world...
After feeling guilty from the unexpected surprise is diabolical. Holy shit.
Began to broadcast the giant crater within Russia and awaited answers from those responsible. The Soviet Union threatened to trade nuclear weapons with the United States, but in fear, did not end up doing so. The United States began a small investigation into the approval of the bomb and arrested several of the Congress people who approved of it. The remaining Congress voted to impeach President John F. Kennedy for the war crimes committed.
Yo, fuck these pussies. Fuck these bro, we brought commies to their knees. We ended the subhuman filth of communism and got arrested for it? Yeah, you know what? This we're getting back to the regular timeline of bullshit government faggotry.
The entirety of the Congress voted yay.
My death is inevitable, but I kind of like my new life. What if he's not timeline hopping? I just had a thought. What if he's not timeline hopping? What if Kennedy did die and Crabman took his place? No, that wouldn't make sense, though. Because Crabman said that Gerald Ford reminded him of Kennedy, and it showed Gerald Ford being, being inducted into the presidency. Man, I don't know. This was so weird. And yes, Jake, correct. Guilt is reserved for human beings, not communists. I'm letting them experience true joy. The afterlife is beautiful. The afterlife is beautiful over and over. All right. Oh shit! We're on the second to last episode. This is the finale. This is the finale. Now there is one episode after the finale, but god damn it, we're on the last episode. Fuck. After his impeachment, JFK was forced to leave office, and gross, LBJ. The Republican president began to go insane, and his supporters followed. The following images are of a massive riot in support of Kennedy. I mean, this version of Kennedy? Fuck yeah. JFK saved it. Yes. JFK's corpse censored. God damn. As a result of JFK's beliefs in Christianity, he took his own life to show his bravery to God. Well, JFK was a Catholic, and Catholics have very particular thoughts on suicide, so that probably is not correct, but I think the Cosmic Mutant's the one reality jumping, or there's another secret mutant we don't know about, and that's the one reality jumping. Yeah, maybe? I mean, I'm kind of with Jake on this. I'm having a hard time formulating theories, because everything I think of gets contradicted by something we already know. And yes, War Wizard, that's true.
The previous shown tape was recovered from an experiment involving the Hollow Earth Watergate on December 31st, 1989. The tape in question is called 35th, The Legacy of John F. Kennedy. It depicts Kennedy surviving the 1963 assassination. Following this, Hartwin Inc. has officially announced their experiment being a success. They're now able to grab and retrieve items from different realities.
Okay. So we were sort of right. There was reality jumping involved, but it was all from Hartwin Labs. Not from any of the mutants. Or, I mean, maybe they had the mutants going in and doing that. The point is, Hartwin Labs invented this tech. Okay.
However, this comes with a great risk. In order to retrieve such items from the bullseye, the opening of the Watergate is mandatory, leaving Earth open to unwanted visitors. Aquatic-based mutants are tasked with monitoring the Watergate at all times during this process. Not only does this make Eugene Hartwin's bullseye theory factual, but it means that within Hollow Earth, there are millions of other realities like our own.
Everyone knows about the true evolution of man. Billions of years ago, we began to evolve into a beautiful species known as the Homo sapiens. Through trial and
Some of us are more homo than others. Ain't that right, Daxonar?
error, our ape ancestors grew more knowledgeable of their surroundings and their environment.
No, Matt, I think you got it wrong. You said, so atomizing Russia opened up the Hollow Earth still feels like a positive trade-off. No, so they opened the Hollow Earth way earlier, and when they went down into the Hollow Earth, that they entered the other reality where we did atomize Russia. So we were correct about the reality jumping, but the atomization of Russia happened in one of those alternate realities we accessed through the Hollow Earth.
Mistakes were made and achievements were built. It happened just like that. The science of it may not all add up, but the evolution of mankind should not be doubted. Do not doubt your media. Do not doubt your...
Do not doubt your media. Oh, these crafty fucking bastards.
Your life. Everything is normal. Don't look behind the curtains.
Alrighty, crew. You know what we gotta do? That was some backwards speak. Yep, so we gotta run it through We gotta run it through. Alright. Give me a moment here. Let's run some shit through. Okay, so we're gonna take this. Let me download the video. Give me 1 sec. We gotta find out what that backwards speak is.
On December 22nd, 19...
Alright, it's downloaded. Let's open up the editing software. Alright, so you guys can see what I'm doing. 1 sec. Alright. I'm gonna put this here. Nope, wrong thing. That's the wrong thing as well. Where's my video? Ah, here we go. Hartwin. Alright, this is at the roughly 4-minute and 13.7-second mark.
add up, but the evolution of mankind should not be doubted. Do not doubt your media. Do not doubt your life. Everything is normal. Don't look behind the curtains.
Alright. Cut it there. Now, how far does it go? $427. So about right here.
My daughter was Virgin Mary. I felt it. Who knew killing myself as Jesus would make it justifiable for Christians in that world to do the exact same?
What the fuck? Did that freak anybody else out, or is that just me? And Matt Stampert is correct. She did say that Jesus was a cryptid. Yeah, we're gonna play that again.
My daughter was Virgin Mary. I felt it. Who knew killing myself as Jesus would make it justifiable for Christians in that world to do the exact same?
Yo, the backwards dialogue in this shit is diabolical. God, fuck me, bro. Alright, let's keep going. So we've got the apes appearing, the apes walking towards what appears to be a hole to the hollow earth. Someone is coming out with what looks like mushrooms on their shoulders. Now, there's this thing called stoned ape theory. And stoned ape theory is the theory that the reason humans evolved from apes into what we are now is because they ate psilocybin mushrooms and expanded their brain and allowed them to begin the evolutionary process. Is this confirming the stoned ape theory? Or the fuck not? I'm the reason why you were here. I gave them a consciousness. Maybe it is. Humanity has been created once more. It is! Dude literally appeared from the hollow earth to give apes fucking magic mushrooms and gives us... We went from, like, mutants and dimension hopping and some homeboy thinks he's, like, the god of every religion to fucking stoned ape theory being real? 100 plus billion people have lived. What happens after death? The answer is simple. This is your soul after death. And that kind of reads like, this is your brain on drugs. Which makes sense because stoned ape theory. After death, you become a monster. There is no heaven or hell. Bad, good, it all depends on your life. So it's kind of like the new Fable game, subjective morality. I am John F. Kennedy, a hollow now. All of them. It was saying earlier, hollows are the beings that infest your mind and try and get you to kill themselves. John F. Kennedy went from being the man that saved America from the godless commies to now being a fucking extra-dimensional creature that fucks with your subconscious and tells you to kill yourself. Have we seen a bigger fucking fall-off since the quartering? Him.
Pearl Hartwin, my daughter, ever since that day, when they took you from me because of my own mistakes and threw you into that gate, I've been looking for you. I will never stop looking. Hell, this entire company, and even life itself.
And now they're throwing in the "have you seen this man" conspiracy, which, by the way, this was a total complete hoax. We should do an episode 10 full of haters on it, but the reason we haven't is because I don't know how I'm ever going to cover it better than AJ from the Y-Files did. But oh my god.
It's to find you. I've died millions of times, and I've felt...
Yo, they're throwing in fucking Polybius! Hartwin Inc. made Polybius? Wow.
My flesh melts straight off my bones just for you. You're a smart girl now, I know it. So please, find... You're a smart girl now, I know it.
Abe Lincoln? Is that... Am I looking at Abe Lincoln?
So please, find all these tapes and watch them. Understand my journey. Please, find all these tapes and watch them. Understand my journey and find your dad. We'll get our revenge. No, understand my journey and find your dad.
Is that Plato? Yeah, it's Plato. Okay, yeah, thank you, Dad. That's what I thought. No, I'm pretty sure it's Plato. I think you were right the first time. Now, maybe it was Socrates, but I'm pretty sure it's Plato. Yeah, no, we were right. It's Plato.
Our revenge, no matter how many years it takes. I love you, my shining pearl.
Now, it says this is the finale, but there's one episode left. We're gonna let this play out. Guys, this is one of the best analog horror we have ever covered. You want to know what's funny, Jake? I don't think you were watching Neon Leon this past Friday, but I made that same reference. No, it wasn't Neon Leon. It was my Leon's lunch hour on Thursday. I made that same reference. Hold on. Hey! Oh, sweet, Matt Funcool, member for 1 month. Yo, here you go, buddy. Thanks a mil, man. Oh, it's a Caesar cipher. No, all right. So for you guys don't know, a Caesar cipher is when you take, like, let's say you got a shift number. So this is a shift 3. So let's say you say the letter is A. You shift 3 letters over, so A, B, C, D, and then you have what the actual letter is. So it's one of the easiest types of fucking code breaking you can do. The archives will return. The 9 videos are barely the tip of the iceberg. Thank you. What? There was more, though. There was more. And I could probably figure it out, but I'd rather just let the AI do it because it's faster and easier. They are responsible for everything. Alright, boys, last episode. Mutant disaster survival. So this is more probably like an epilogue than anything.
In collaboration with the United States government and the Central Intelligence
Or it's a repeat of the first episode?
Agency, Hartwin City Laboratories brings you a guide to mutant disaster survival and protocol.
Oh no, this is new.
You're curious as to what a mutant is, and the answer is simple. Mutants are biologically engineered human organisms, created.
No, we did see this one already. Damn. Damn it. Oh well. Oh well, it wasn't anything new. So yeah, we've gone through it all, boys. We've gone through it all. Wow. Yeah, this one was fucking good, dude. Holy shit. I don't even know what to say. I don't really have a theory per se because it more or less explained it real well. Like, you've got this guy, Hartwin, who existed before religion. He is some sort of interdimensional traveling being. He's trying to find his daughter, and to do so, he starts his laboratory and creates these mutants or pulls them from other universes. One of them rolled a nat 20 and became all these different presidents. Maybe it's not as simple as I thought. Because, like, the baseline story seems simple, but there was clearly so much going on. I mean, this was... Yeah, it's the kind of shit you gotta watch 12 times. Exactly, Jake. Exactly. I am also flabbergasted. I think the daughter wrote the cipher after all. He did say his daughter was very smart. Perhaps she figured out everything she wrote to let other people know. Or it was the dad. This is... Let me turn the lights back on. This is legit one of the best analog horror series we have ever covered on this show. And to be fair, I gotta thank ChatGPT. Because I had no idea what analog horror to cover today. And so I hopped on ChatGPT at like 5 in the afternoon. Like, closer to 6. No, it was after 6. I'd already eaten. Like 6, like an hour before SNH. I was like, give me an analog horror series with less than 2,000 views. Something super underrated. And this is one of the things that spit out at us. It's propaganda. Shut the fuck up, D-Stock, you dumb fuck. It's fucking analog horror. They're dumbass internet art projects, you fucking idiot. Anyway. This is what it's shot back at. It's like, hey, check out the Hartwin Archives. And yeah, that was certainly worth it. Certainly worth it. Good job, ChatGPT. We've done a lot of these analog horror episodes, but I need to make sure I add this on the playlist. Man, I wish I had more to say, but I am just mind blown by how good this was. I was enjoying the whole, like, last man on Earth sort of one that we were doing, but we reached the end of the episodes for they've been, like, described yet. They've been uploaded. Sorry, my mind is everywhere because of how good this was. Oh, I don't even want to go back to that now. Like, we will. Obviously, when there's more episodes, we'll go back to it. But that was incredible. I should ask ChatGPT more. They know their shit. So ChatGPT actually gave us 3 options. So I've got the other 2 filed away. I'm crabbing out. I'm crabbing out. Alright, let's see who's live, because we're going to be ending the show, and obviously I want to raid somebody. 80 of you watching right now. Last man on Earth, our man takes a bath, combs his hair, and kills clickers. To be fair, that shit was awesome. That shit was dope as fuck. Alright, we're gonna raid Zach's. It's Saturday night. We're gonna raid Zach's. I hope he's not near finished. I mean, I've not gotten to stream with Zax or raid him in like a month. I've been so fucking busy, and I feel so bad about that because I love Zax. He is one of my favorite dudes on this platform. And legitimately a good fucking friend off screen. But I've had no time. No time. So yeah. We're gonna raid Zax. Great show. You guys are legends. Thank you so much. I will see you guys for Countercast on Monday because we didn't hit tier 3, so no Sunday special stream. I will be streaming with Niat tomorrow night. We'll be doing a review of Tomb Raider. I was reading Sevi's chat earlier. Terminator 2 specifically. So I will see you guys on the flip-flop. Thank you for the donos, and until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere, and it's been Words of Paradise. Tell Zach's Vital Idol Raid. Deuces.